Yeah, good evening. Thank you for having me here.
Now, the process of sample collection, testing, right up until results are sent back. How has it been? What has been the process like in terms of speed, in terms of efficiency, in terms of reliability?
Yeah, very well. You know that the process of testing is a cascade of events from sample collection up until results. And of course, I must say that globally, medical laboratory scientists are designated to perform these tasks. And in Nigeria, fortunately, we are endowed with quite a number of medical laboratory scientists who have proficiency in sampling and also in
Easily.
testing. There are dangers, of course, of engaging people or individuals who, by their training, are not incidental to collecting this form of this kind of fastidious sampling. You stand a risk of self-contamination, improper use of protective equipment as PPE, and of course, processing and transporting of these samples. And it is important for me to also, at this point, state that there are well over 30,000 medical laboratory scientists in the country today who have proficiency in testing and sampling. And of course, they are available to render services and volunteer in this fight against COVID-19. What I find difficult is the fact that NCDC have not rightly engaged the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria so that they can properly profile these people and make them available for sampling and testing. Thank you.
Now, given the issue of engagement between those who are supposed to conduct the tests and those, are you saying, in effect, that those who are currently conducting the tests are not members of your association or part of the engagement between the NCDC and such agencies and your association?
Yes, we have quite a number of medical laboratory scientists who are engaged. And at the moment, we are saying that that number is quite inadequate, and there's need for upskill and increase in the number of medical laboratory scientists who are engaged in sampling and as well testing. And of course, engaging the association at this point is critical and provides the opportunity for proper profiling and making available to NCDC people, scientists who can perform this job.
Let me ask you about the issue of speed. Everybody is talking about ramping up the number of tests. You heard the Lagos State Commissioner talking about next week doing 3,000 tests for the week. And then in Abuja, you have the health minister and indeed other such authorities talking about increasing the number of tests that are being conducted, linking that to the issue of mass testing. In between this, there was what was called the rapid testing kits. There was a bit of controversy over the issue of rapid testing kits. Has that been resolved now? Do we actually have rapid testing kits? How reliable are they?
At the moment, the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, who by law are supposed to validate these rapid testing kits, are on it, and they have made pronouncements that they have not validated any rapid testing kits in Nigeria. And whenever they make validation and they conclude validation, they will make available to NCDC and Nigerians and guide them appropriately on the use of rapid testing kits in Nigeria.
Finally, going forward, since everyone seems to be mentioning the issue of mass testing, as a way forward now that we've left the lockdown, because that is ongoing. This is supposed to be a part of it. How do you suggest that this be done?
Well, we are quite happy that the NCDC have listened to us, and they have quite utilized platforms available in the various federal medical centers, teaching hospitals across the country. And they are making these testing centers available. We're also happy that they have utilized the HIV/TB program. And we're also happy that they've announced to us that they are activating 42 gene expert machines. We are quite happy that they've also included the private sector in testing. It is very important to mention at this point that we acknowledge the synergy between the CDC, Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, and the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists in Nigeria. And also, it is important for us to note at this point that critical issues that may hamper scaling up testing should be addressed. Vis-a-vis medical laboratory scientists going to the field for sampling, of course, must be provided with the right PPE. They must also be provided with intelligence, because intel reaching us suggests that most of these communities where sampling is done at the moment, of course, creates a form of danger to the lives of these young men and women, because some of them don't seem to understand the reason why their samples should be collected. And we are calling at this point for the synergy between the CDC and the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
As at that point, my apologies for interrupting. My apologies for interrupting, Doctor, but we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Okechukwu Ironkwe, medical laboratory scientist from our Abuja studios. Thank you for being with us.